Hey guys, MasterKids back with another product review for Ava Media today. They were kind enough to send me out one of their latest devices yet again. This is the Easy Recorder 130, the ER130, and it is their latest foray into the market of PC-free recording. PC-free recording means you can record digital video and audio without the need of a computer. This is a complete standalone device. All you need to actually record either gameplay, television, whatever you've got plugged into it, is an external USB hard drive. So the device itself has no PC connectivity whatsoever. You cannot hook this up to a PC, which means you cannot live stream from it. It is just a pure detached recording device. So take that into consideration before actually looking to purchase something like this. All this will do is record video and audio that is plugged into it. It has no microphone input. You cannot record commentary with this device if you are looking to record gameplay. It will just record video and audio with HDMI, which is what's plugged into it. Being an HDMI capture device, it will record Xbox 360. It will not record PS3 because PS3 is HDMI HDCP, so you cannot record PS3 with this device unless you use an adapter or a stripper. You can record PlayStation 4 providing you have the latest firmware. PS4 had HDCP removed with the latest firmware, so as long as your PS4 is connected to the net and up to date, you will be able to record PlayStation 4 in 1080p with this device. And the same goes for the Xbox One. I've actually got it hooked up to the Xbox One now. It's running Watch Dogs, and I'm going to show you basically how this device works, what it does, and you can make up your own mind whether it's something that you would like to purchase. Excuse me. You can see that in the box itself you get the product, which is the Easy Recorder 130. You get a power adapter, you get a remote control with the batteries, and you also get a little quick start instruction guide. Pretty bare bones sort of a kit. There's no extra cables, no HDMI adapters, no nothing like that. As far as the product itself, on the back of the product you can see you've got an HDMI input and an HDMI output. It touts on the box that it is lag-free HDMI pass-through, so that you can actually have your gameplay being recorded, or you can have your TV being recorded with no lag while still seeing the picture on the screen. It also has the power input. On the front of the device you can see it has a USB input, and it also has a little infrared window, which is where the remote needs to connect. And there's a button sort of on the top there which is actually record and power button, so you can walk up to it and click the button and start recording. As far as your USB requirements, you need a USB external hard drive, it specifies, and it needs to be NTFS formatted. I tried using a couple of cheap USB sticks, just the little USB flash drives. None of them were fast enough. This actually performs a test to see if they're fast enough, but none of them passed the test. But I do have a USB 3 SSD external hard drive hooked up to it now, so it's very, very fast, and that passes all the tests, so that's what I'm using. Now, you'll see here that this is the menu screen of the device, and it works all on your television or all on your monitor, whatever you've got it hooked up to. So you see in the background there we've got Watch Dogs playing, and this overlay comes up on your TV. So all of your recording, editing, settings, everything's done on the device itself. You don't hook it up to a PC, there's no software, it just all comes up on your monitor or television. We'll go into settings and I'll quickly run through the settings and show you what is in there. Of course, you've got language, display mode, you've got real time or standard. Set it to real time always, unless you want all the overlays on the screen to tell you how long you've been recording for. Date and time, you want to have the date and time set to the correct date and time. I'll show you why in a second. Disk management, you can go in there to test whether your USB drives are adequate, whether they're fast enough. AV management, you can go in there and you can change the AV pass-through to on or off. I recommend always having it on so that the signal from whatever is plugged into the box will always pass on to the TV. Color range, you don't want to mess with that. That's just the gamut of your device or your display. You do not want to change that. Recording and snapshot. So your quality for your video, you've got three options. You've got optimal, good, and max length. Optimal is 20 megabits per second. Good is 18 megabits per second. Max is 15 megabits per second. If you're using an external USB hard drive, set it to optimal. They're very cheap now, and you might as well use the best quality the device has. 20 megabits isn't the best for 1080p. If I'm honest, it'd be nice if it was a bit higher, but that's just the limitations of this device. Your snapshot quality, there is a button on the remote where you can take a screenshot at any time. So if you were playing a game, like a competitive multiplayer game, and you've got a good score, you can hit a button and take a snapshot. You've got autosave, which just saves your recorded file automatically, which is pretty normal. HDC mode, HDCP mode. That one there is an option to either let the Easy Recorder handle HDCP or to let the device it's plugged into handle HDCP. None of them will bypass HDCP though, so keep that in mind. Timer recording is a thing you need your date and time to be set correctly for, because this is more of a television feature where you can actually set it up to do one-time single recordings or daily recordings of events. So if you did have a digital TV tuner or something in your computer, you could actually hook this up and record television shows, providing you had it all set up correctly. Not really handy for gameplay, but it is a feature that is still built into this particular machine. Your watermark is a feature that returns from the Game Capture HD2, where you can actually put a watermark on, and you can put it up in the top of the screen where it'll either have the AVerMedia logos, AVerMedia logo with a date, or you can put your own text there if you wanted to put your website address or even just your name to watermark your video so no one stole it. That is an option for you there. And you've got your firmware, reset the device, and of course the name, what you've named it. So that's about it. That's it for the settings of the device itself. What I'll do now is I'll cut to some recorded, to the recording setup. I'll record something and show you how you can actually do some basic editing with the device. Alright, here we are back at the menu of the device. So of course you've got settings, or you've got Media Studio. Media Studio is where you go to handle all of your files and your recordings. So we'll jump into here. I do have some pre-recorded stuff that I did. So we'll go to Watch Dogs here. Where are we? No, we'll edit one of the Forza clips actually. The Forza clip's a bit brighter. The Watch Dogs one's a little bit dark. So if we go into this, this is a pre-recorded video of Forza Motorsport 5 on the Xbox One, recorded at 1080p. It's a replay that I just picked up, one of the top drifters on Forza 5, so shout out to that guy for drifting very well. But you can see we can watch back your recordings directly over the top of the actual plugged-in device. There's no need to take it to a PC, there's no need to change channels, anything like that. You can just load it up, and in the background your Xbox, PS4, whatever you've got hooked up is still running. So what we'll do is we're going to go stop, and then what we're going to do is we want to edit this clip. Okay, so this device does support very basic editing. So if we hit F3 on the little remote, we go to edit recordings. There's a basic tutorial there that'll sort of guide you through what you can do, but it's probably better if I explain it. We'll go into here. Now what you can do is you've got hours, minutes, and seconds. So you can advance the clip forward until you find the part of the clip that you want to highlight. So what this supports is, say you've been recording for 2 hours and you'd been playing something like Call of Duty and you had lots and lots of really nice shots or highlights. You can trim that down into a montage type of thing, but only with that single recording. You can't combine multiple recordings, which is one of the biggest questions on the last device like this. You cannot combine multiple recordings. You can only trim down a single recording into smaller files. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's advance it a few seconds. So about there. Okay, so 8 seconds. So let's say that this is where our clip started. So we hit OK on the remote and you see it puts a little marker in. Now if we advance it forward a bit more, so you can sort of get an idea. You can just push through until you find where you want it. So we'll go there. Hit OK. And then what you've done is you've created 2 segments there. So what we can do now is we can hit F1 on the remote. And you can see we can select these segments. So what that means is we've created that little clip in the middle there. And as far as we're concerned, the rest of the clip is just garbage. So if we hit OK, it'll delete that part of the clip. If we hit OK on this part, it'll delete that part of the clip, and all that leaves us with is the clip between the 2 points we created. So that's your highlight. So what we can do now is we hit F3 on the remote, hit OK, And what that will do is that will cut that little piece of clip out and save it as a separate file to the external hard drive. So you can do some very basic clip trimming, not really editing, but clip trimming like that. Hit OK to close it. Now we wait a couple of seconds for it to show up. And it should be called 1435 edit 1. So that's it there. So if we click on this, this is the clip that we just edited, that we just pulled out. So you can actually see how fast it is if you just wanted to get little clip highlights. So it could be a good way to sit on the couch and actually get some highlights onto a hard drive if you're playing with some friends. And then at the end of the day, the next day, you can take that hard drive to your PC and then you could edit all your clips together in like a Vegas or an After Effects or Premiere or something that could actually edit video. But that's the device. That's what it does. I thought I'd go through and show you the software and actually how it works rather than just doing an unboxing or something. But that's it. Easy Recorder 130 will record up to 1080p, 30 frames a second at 20 megabits. Supports PlayStation 4, supports Xbox One, Xbox 360. Unfortunately, it won't do PS3 without some external sort of devices to strip the HDCP. But yeah, quite a nice device if you wanted something that's just 100% sort of hands-free, PC-free. If you want something to sit next to your consoles on the couch and just have a remote where you can click a button and just record a moment, this would be it. Unfortunately, it does not support any other input except for HDMI. Does not support any microphone input, so there's no facility for commentary. There's no network connectivity like the Game Capture HD2, so you can't upload directly from the device. But that's about it. It's more a device for people that just want to archive high quality 1080p either gameplay footage on its own, or if you had a setup where you wanted to record maybe something from an HDMI mixer, if you did video camera work, or even if you could hook it up to your PC and record some digital television with the timer feature in there, it will do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this overview of the AVerMedia Easy Recorder 130. Thank you again to AVerMedia for sending me this out. If you have any questions, feel free to tweet them to me on Twitter and I'll see if I can help. The YouTube comment system is just too spammy, so I rarely actually read the comments there. I get way too many a day. So if you do have any pressing questions, just go to @MasterKiz on Twitter and I'll see if I can help you out. Like I said, thanks AVerMedia, thanks for watching, and until the next video, we'll see you later.